All right, Genesis chapter 31. Now Jacob had what Laban's son were saying. Jacob has taken all that was our father and has built this wealth from what belongs to our father. And Jacob saw from Laban's face that his attitude toward him was not the same. Then the Lord said to him, "Go back to the land of your fathers and to your family, and I will be with you." Jacob had Rachel and Leah called to the field where his flocks were. He said to them, "I can see from your father's face in his attitude towards me, it is not the same, but the attitude, the God of my father has been with me. You know that I've worked hard for your father, and that he has cheated me and changed my wages 10 times, but God has not let him harm me. If he said the spotted sheep will be your wage, then all the sheep were born spotted. If he said the streaked sheep will be your wage, then all the sheep were born streaked. God has taken your father's herd and given them to me. When the flock were bleeding, I saw it dream that the streaked, spotted, and the sparkled males were mating with the females. In the dream, the angel of God said to me, "Jacob," and I said, "Here I am." And he said, "Look up and see all the males that are mating with the flocks, and streaked and spotted, and the sprinkled, for I have seen all that Laban has been doing to you. I am the God of Bethel, where you poured oil on this stone, marked and made a solemn vow to me. Get up, leave this land, and return to your native land." Then Rachel and Leah answered him, "Do we have any portion of or inheritance in our father's household? Are we not regarded by him as outside? For he has sold us and has certainly spent our money. In fact, all the wealth that God has taken from our father belongs to us and our children. So do whatever God has said to you." Then Jacob got up and put his children and wives on the camel. He took all the livestock and passions he had acquired in Padan and dove his hand to go to the land of his father Isaac and Carmel. When Laban had gone to shear his sheep, Rachel stole his father's household idol, and Jacob dwelled Laban the American, not telling him that he was fleeing. He fled with all his provision, crossed an empires, and headed for the hill country of Galilee. On the third day, Laban was told that Jacob had fled, so he took his relatives with his portion. Jacob for 7 days and overlooked him at the mountain of Galilee. But God came to Laban in American dream at night. Watch yourself. God warned him, "Don't say anything to Jacob, either good or bad." When Laban overlooked Jacob had pitched his tent in the hill country, and Laban and his brothers also pitched their tents in the hill country of Galilee. Then Laban said to Jacob, "What have you done? You have deserted me and taken my daughter away like prisoners of war. Why did you secretly flee from me, desert me, and not tell me? I would have sent you away with joy and singing and timbrels and larks, but didn't even let me kiss my grandchildren and my daughter, and you have acted foolishly. I could do you great harm. But last night God of your father said to me, 'Watch yourself, don't say anything to Jacob, either good or bad.' Now you have gone off because you long for your father, but why have you stolen my goods?" Jacob answered, "I was afraid, for I thought you would take your daughter from me by force. If you found your gods with any one here, he will not live before our relatives point out anything that is yours and take." Jacob did not know that Rachel had stolen the idols. So Laban went into Jacob's tent, then Leah's tent, and then the tent of the two female slaves, but he found nothing. Then he left Leah's tent and entered Rachel's tent. Now Rachel has taken Laban's household item, put them in the saddlebag of the camel, and sat on them. Laban searched the whole tent, but found nothing. She said to her father, "Sir, don't be angry that I cannot stand up in your presence. I am having my monthly period." So Laban searched but could not find the household idols. Then Jacob became interested and brought charges against Laban. "What is my crime?" He said to Laban. "What is my sin that you have pursued me? You've searched all my possessions. Have you found anything of yours? Put it here before my relatives and yours, and let them decide between the two of us. I've been with you these 20 years. Your eels and females goats have not miscarried, and I have not eaten and rams from your flock. I did not bring you any of the flock torn by wild beasts. I myself bore the loss. You demand payment from me for what was stolen by day or by night. There I was, the heat consumed me by the day, and frost by night, and sheep filled from my eyes. For 20 years I have worked in your household, 14 years for your daughters, and 6 years for your flock. And you have changed my wage 10 times. If the God of my father, the God of Abraham, the fear of Isaac, have not been with me, certainly now you would have not sent me off empty-handed. But God has sent my affection in my hand, my hard work, and he issued his verdict last night." Then Laban answered Jacob, "The daughters of all my daughters, and the sons of my sons, and the flocks of my flocks, everything you see is mine. But what can I do that for these daughters of mine, or for the children they have born. Come now, let's make a covenant, you and I. Let it be witness between the two of years. So Jacob picked up a stone and set it up as a marker. Then Jacob said to his relatives, gather some stones, and they took stones and made a round mound that they ate there. By the mound Laban named a mound Jagarshor, but Jacob named it Galilee. And then Laban said, this mount is witness between me and you today. Therefore a place was called Galilee, and also Marcian. For he said, may the Lord watch between you and me when we are out of each other's sight. If you mistreat my daughters or take other wives through no one is with us, understand that God will be witness between you and me. Laban also said to Jacob, look at this mound and the marker I have set up between you and me. The mound is a witness, and the marker is the witness that I will not pass beyond this mound to you, and your will not pass beyond this mound and this marker to do this harm. To God of Abraham and the gods of Noah and the gods of Noah's father will judge between us. And the Jacob swore by the fear of his father Isaac. Then Jacob offered a sacrifice on the mountain and invited his relatives to eat a meal. So they ate a meal and spent the night on the mountains. Laban got up early in the morning, kissed his grandsons and daughters, and blessed them. Then Laban left and returned home.